Somber music fades in, setting the tone for the story. You're about to enter a world where mentorship and loyalty are put to the test. A world where boundaries blur and trust is shattered. Welcome to my story. My name is Samantha, and I've been working at a marketing firm where my boss, Rachel, has been like a mother figure to me for years. She's 42, and I'm 28. We've worked together long enough that she's seen me grow from a greenhorn into a confident professional. We'd often grab lunch together or meet for coffee after work, discussing everything from industry trends to our personal lives. Rachel took me under her wing when I was new to the marketing world, offering guidance and support whenever I needed it. She even offered to be a reference for me when I applied for promotions, a gesture that meant the world to me. But lately, well, things have changed. The other day, we were at a team meeting discussing the new project I'd been working on. I was excited to share my ideas and receive feedback from my colleagues. But Rachel interrupted me mid-sentence to tell everyone about her own experience with that particular client. It felt like she was taking credit for my work, as if the entire thing was hers to claim. At first, I brushed it off as a minor thing, thinking maybe she just wanted to add some context to the discussion. But yesterday, during another team meeting in front of our CEO, Rachel did it again. She talked about how she'd managed the account from the start and gave a bunch of vague details that sounded suspiciously similar to what I'd done. I felt like I was getting ripped off, my hard work, my dedication, being dismissed as if it didn't even matter. That's when I knew something was seriously wrong. After the meeting, I tried talking to Rachel about it, but she just brushed me off, saying I was being too sensitive. She claimed she was just trying to help and that I should be grateful for her support. But it felt like a huge betrayal, not just because of what happened, but because I thought our relationship was built on trust. The thing is, Rachel's been going through some personal stuff lately. Her mom passed away last month, and she's been pretty open about how hard that's hit her. I've tried to be supportive, but it feels like she's using this as an excuse to take advantage of me. My partner, Emily, thinks I'm being too harsh and should just let it go, but I feel like if I don't stand up for myself, no one will. So here's the question. Am I overreacting? Am I reading too much into Rachel's behavior? Or is she taking advantage of me under the guise of mentorship? Let's break down this situation. On one hand, you could say that Rachel's actions are a result of her own stress and grief after losing her mom. She might be feeling overwhelmed and desperate for validation, which could lead her to take credit for others' work without even realizing it. But on the other hand, I've been working hard on this project for months. I've dedicated myself to making sure it succeeds, and Rachel's sudden interest in helping seems like a convenient excuse to insert herself into the spotlight. It feels like she's not just taking credit for my work but also diminishing its value. Now, let's examine our narrator's emotions during this ordeal. You can sense the frustration, the anger, and the disappointment emanating from every sentence. Samantha is torn between standing up for her own rights and being sympathetic towards Rachel's struggles. But what would you do in this situation? Some might say that Samantha is being too sensitive or that she should just let it go, as Emily suggested. Others might see Rachel's behavior as a clear case of exploitation, a way to take advantage of someone who trusts her. Here are some possible perspectives. You could view Rachel's actions as a cry for help, an attempt to prove herself and get recognition in the face of grief and loss. Alternatively, you might see it as a classic case of gaslighting, making Samantha doubt her own perceptions and abilities while taking credit for her work. Or perhaps you'd argue that Rachel's behavior is simply a product of her own ego and desire for power, using her position to manipulate others. Whatever your perspective, one thing is certain, this situation requires attention and resolution. As someone who has been affected by this ordeal, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Am I the asshole for confronting Rachel about this? The final question remains, will Samantha stand up for herself, or will she let this slide? Will Rachel take responsibility for her actions, or will she continue down a path of exploitation? The answer lies in your hands. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Share your opinions and perspectives in the comments below, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content like this. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the complexities of human relationships.